See if we can get the snag on something. Okay.
Come on, baby. Oh my god, I just heard a gunshot. Excuse me.
It started going crazy, right?
Yep.
Which, the red? Oh, you dog.
Not every encounter in the wild can be explained. From a shadow appearing behind someone who was completely alone, to a cabin where footsteps echo and doors lock on their own. Some places don't just hold history, they react to you. So, if something moved behind you when no one was there, would you stay or get out? On October 31st, 2025, Nikki Delventhal, creator of a van life and adventure channel known for exploring remote locations with her dogs, arrived in Virginia City, Nevada. What began as a simple visit quickly changed once she entered the Washoe Club, a place tied to tragedy and unexplained events. She planned to stay overnight inside, unaware of how intense the atmosphere would feel. She began her day at the Silver Terrace cemeteries, walking past graves marked by the hardships of the Comstock era. Many belonged to miners and young families who had only briefly survived the harsh conditions of the old frontier.
But despite these ultra wealthy and the miners knowing, it was still happening, and they kept these operations running. Now, these ultra wealthy would pour millions back into these operations to keep making more money. And where would they send all of their money? It was called the Millionaires Club, also the old Washoe Club. Now, this wasn't just a social club only for elites. This was a place where a lot of sketchy deals were going on. There are tales of suicides, missing people. There was a brothel. But not only that, this is the freakiest part for me. This is also where they stored dead bodies in the winter. They had a room they called the crypt, and until spring, when the ground thawed out, that's where they put them. Honestly, it is no wonder that so many strange things still happen around here. So although the mining has stopped, it seems that the eerie past continues to linger on into today. All right, you guys ready? Snap magic. Back to town. Virginia City during the day. And you guys, what a treat. It feels like you hopped into a portal and stepped right into the 1800s, and everything looks and feels the exact same. So before our nighttime activity, we're gonna do a little exploring, and then it's spooky time.
The quiet weight of that history followed her as she left the cemetery behind. Inside the Washoe Club bartender, Trish described years of witnessing a shadowy figure near the bar, along with a constant feeling of being watched even when no one else was present.
After 1875, that's when the Millionaires Club took over. There was a bad fire in town. A lot of the buildings here have 1875 as the build year. They had fun up here for sure. And then eventually this building became a boarding house after the Millionaires Club disbanded. And then they were doing renovations in the 1980s and they messed a lot of things up. And so they ended up condemning the building.
How long have you been bartending here?
About a month and a half. I used to play pool here as a member, and so I really liked it here. And then they're like, "You want to bartend?" I was like, "Yes." And so this morning we saw a shadow person. It's like a shadow, so you just see a shadow.
It's been weird upstairs too. I feel like, right when you go up into the stairs, like I've seen something just kind of peek.
The light. Yeah, it's a peeker. So the paranormal event that was here last weekend, they saw the eyes. 3 different people on 3 different occasions, like eyes like this, come towards it and then go back and then peek behind around a corner. And so down here this morning, we kept thinking somebody was in here, and we were still closed, and slip around the corner, and the shadow would like go hide and be like, It was checking on us. We kept seeing it, both of us.
And this is just in a month's time. It's just like every day.
Every day. Yeah, he's here all the time.
This room is the room I don't like, honestly.
Yeah.
The bartender can be kind of handsy.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's known to like breathe on people's necks.
Oh.
Like especially women.
Look through red.
We need extra flashlights.
This room we call the Red Room. This is said to host more of the negative paranormal activity in the building.
Okay.
People do get scratched in here. People get pushed. People get their hair pulled. That sort of thing. He is known to slam this door. You could tell here where it's splitting from how hard it slams. And I've had it happen a couple times when I'm working here. I've worked here for about 7 months now. No, I thought I saw something go down the stairs just now. What?
Get our first paranormal sighting. So get ready for a wild night, you guys. Let's go get our gear and get in here. Oh my goodness, they weren't kidding. This place really is a ghost town at night. Everyone is gone. Everybody's gone.
That's creepy.
It really is. The town is dead, no pun intended.
Do you think it's because it's so haunted?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is definitely really haunted. Sometimes, I'll be walking home and I hear, things, I feel like sometimes I hear spurs walking behind me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm going to go venture on home now and hopefully don't hear spurs. Yeah.
Well, thanks for setting us up.
Yeah, of course.
Bye.
You see something out my window?
She spoke in a way that suggested these encounters had become routine for her. For Nikki, the silence inside the building felt unusually aware, as if something was waiting to be noticed. On the upper floors, the atmosphere shifted again. The Red Room, known for sudden equipment malfunctions and reported physical encounters, seemed to drain the devices Nikki carried. Stories of scratches and pushes had circulated for years, and the stillness in that space carried a heavy tension. She continued forward, uncertain of what else the night might bring.
See if it'll come through with some intelligent. That'd be interesting.
I know, right? If you guys are here.
Potential.
Potential M unholy. Oh boy. The box said maze
Upstairs
violent.
violent.
Violent. So we'll put the thermal camera upstairs.
Yeah, Red Room would be a good room
wherever
for
the
it.
violent person is, he'll show himself maybe.
The violent person?
It's possible.
Okay.
That would be the Red Room.
Should we set up the thermal cam first since it told us to?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I'd love to go first. Sure. Now the Red Room, is that back here?
Go to your right and then go down this hallway. Go straight back and then you'll take a right. And then go straight back to that far wall and then turn right again and then you'll go straight back and you'll end up in the Red Room.
All right, Justin.
Oh.
What?
It said scratch.
He said scratch 5 creek.
Scratch?
Scratch.
As we're getting closer to the room, people get scratched in.
It started going crazy, right?
It said like
Yep.
words in a row.
Which, the Red... Oh, you dog.
Below the main level, the crypt revealed another part of the town's buried history. It had once been used to store bodies during severe winters when frozen ground made burials impossible. The walls held the memory of epidemics and unclaimed remains, while a nearby spiral staircase constructed without nails stood as one of the most unusual features of the club's long past. Later, as Nikki and Justin moved through an upstairs room, a chair shifted slightly. It went unnoticed at the time, but viewers later pointed out a moment at 3847 where a figure briefly appeared behind Justin before disappearing. No one remembered anyone standing there. The discovery only added to the uncertainty surrounding the night. When darkness settled, Nikki rested on the first floor with her dogs nearby. Sounds echoed from above, Thud's faint movement, and the tension of a building that never seemed to sleep. Camper stayed alert, focused on the doorway, as if something unseen had caught his attention. By morning, they packed up quietly, relieved to step back into daylight. Some viewers believe the noises came from natural shifts within an aging structure, while others pointed to the failing equipment and the figure behind Justin as signs of something harder to explain. The line between history and the unknown became less clear with each detail. If no one was behind Justin and the dogs reacted to something, no one else could see what still remains inside the Washoe Club after nightfall. Whatever the answer may be, it lingers somewhere in those rooms, waiting for the next person who walks in. On July 3, 2024, Jade and Mandy from Ghost Club Paranormal returned to the McKay Mansion in Virginia City, Nevada. Their channel is known for raw, unfiltered paranormal investigations, And this visit marked 1 year since their first encounter with the mansion's most unusual activity. What started as a return trip quickly developed into a familiar tension, the kind that makes a place feel like it recognizes you.
It was really, really emotional. She actually came through the mirror on the 3rd floor. I think it was through the mirror. I don't know, but that mirror, there's something about that mirror.
But there's a twist now. There's now a second mirror that sits directly across from that mirror on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if that's gonna like mess up the experiment that we had for tonight or what.
I have no idea what that's gonna, you know, the mirror work that I do, you guys. I don't know what's going on with this mirror just quite yet, but she said that it's from the 1860s. It's a very old mirror. Who knows what's connected to it? So having that directly across, which mirror to mirror creates an opening, a portal, so to speak. So it's gonna be interesting once we get up there.
Yeah, totally.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, the energy of the house, like, oh my god.
Whoa!
Stop.
Dude!
Stop.
I'm not kidding, I'm not kidding. Oh my god, that's making me emotional. Dude, that was a full grab on my arm. Oh my god. I'm sweating. That felt like, here, give me your arm, give me, that was like this. Like that.
Something's just trying to get your attention. That's a good sign.
You guys.
Also, I just want to, are
You didn't hear that? That was like a,
that might be me?
no. That was like male.
That still might have been me. No, I don't know if I did that or not.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
No, but okay,
I don't
okay.
know what's happening.
I know. Okay, we're both really, really freaking excited because this is literally one of the most haunted houses in the whole of America. And we're not just saying that for you guys to watch this entire episode. Trust me, you're gonna want to stick around because this really is the most haunted house in the whole of America.
They began in the main hall where a second mirror had been placed to face the original one upstairs. The effect was immediate. Jade reacted to the sudden sensation of a firm grip around her arm, something solid and unmistakable. It was the kind of opening that reflected their first visit, and the mansion did not seem hesitant to acknowledge their return. As they moved through the 3rd floor, Jade remembered how during their first investigation in 2023, a radio had turned on by itself and blasted static without warning a moment that shaped everything that followed. This time, the activity appeared differently. The cat ball lit up on its own, and a clear voice came through the device beside it. Roger. The atmosphere tightened just as quickly as it had the year before. Near the stairway, Jade noticed something moving across the wall, low fast, and eerily similar to the creepy crawler they had recorded the previous year. The hallway where it disappeared felt charged, as if something had stopped just out of view. And the mirrored corridor seemed to hold its own message.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, that is very clear.
Were you a veteran?
Oh god, I don't like that picture. That's fucking loud.
Yeah, fucking banging going on and the cat ball's going on and there's 2 bloody goats in the picture. Cool.
I thought we were talking.
Oh! This is the most that the devices have went off the entire night. It's almost like it needed the energy from the camera to do this.
Oh, for sure.
Is it trying to get our attention to like over in this area? Is that why the ball keeps going off over here? Because look at these helmets.
I know.
Was one of these helmets your helmets?
That's interesting. I feel like I'm actually feeling like World War II.
World War II, is that correct? Rampod, yes, thank you.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Are you okay?
Holy shit, are you okay?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh fuck. Oh.
Are you okay?
Oh my god.
What the fuck happened?
Dude. Oh my god. That scared me so bad.
What was it?
Oh my god, dude, somebody just fucking yanked me back as hard as I've never been pulled like that ever. So sorry. That scared the fuck out of me.
I just heard like big footsteps upstairs. Like boom, boom, boom,
I think we
boom.
woke up the family.
Did you think that it was done on purpose or do you think that it was just trying to... Huh?
There's someone coming down the stairs. That felt like somebody was like fucking like
taking me down. Like, I've never...
Aggressively?
Yeah, like, that was aggressive. Like, I mean, I got fucking yanked. Like, full-on yanked. And my right between my shoulder blades. That felt aggressive. I'm so fucking mad because I felt like we were fucking talking to somebody, too. I could feel him, I could see him. And then it was like all of a sudden something came in and just fucking yanked. I've never, my jacket, like, dude, like that, oh my god, dude,
I also just want to bring up, remember when we took a break, your camera was rolling, but remember I was standing here and I got that blanket and I put it over me, and as I was walking away, I said I felt like somebody grabbed the blanket with both hands and like yanked it down.
yeah.
And I don't know if that's actually captured on camera. Like, if you could see me walk away, I can pretty much guarantee you that you would see that blanket get yanked down. Righty. I feel like something just like tugged on this. Would the camera have just picked that up?
I don't know, I was fucking around.
I just turned around and I felt like it just like that. Oh. On the back. But
Maybe they don't like you wearing it. Are you not caught on that?
no, that's
I was fucking around with the camera, so I don't know if it even caught you.
I don't like that. Okay.
Oakley dokley artichokes.
I think whatever grabbed you was the exact same thing that grabbed me.
you.
Yeah.
I'm not allowing them to trance me, and my entrance is in my back. It's in between my shoulder blades, and it's almost like they're like, "You fucking bitch, like let me in," you know. And that's what that energy felt like.
At the pair of facing mirrors, the responses became deeply personal. Words appeared one after another. Grandma, then we're family, reflecting the emotional reason for their return. When Jade held a rosary, connected to that intention unseen by any device, the word necklace appeared. It was too specific to ignore. But the energy around them shifted into something sharper. The peak of the night came without warning. A heavy door opened on its own, and later Jade was pulled backward with a force that left her shocked and angry. The growing instability inside the mansion pushed them to end the investigation before things escalated further. The building seemed to draw its own boundary in the dark. Viewers later pointed out orbs, faint voices, moments where Jade's hair moved, and footsteps near the stairs, details that went unnoticed during filming. Some believed the mirror setup intensified the activity, while others felt the presence consistently focused on Jade throughout the night. If the mansion reacted the moment she arrived, and the strongest moment centered around her was something waiting specifically for her return. Whatever remained behind those mirrors did not seem ready to let them leave for good. On November 15th, 2025, YouTuber Scootski uploaded a video capturing a solo trip into the Rocky Hills near Little Moab, Utah. His channel typically centers on outdoor riding and exploring remote terrain with electric dirt bikes. In this video, however, the destination carried a much heavier past. Scootski traveled alone to find the sealed entrance of Nutty Putty Cave, the site of a tragic accident in 2009. Early in the video, he shares the story behind Nutty Putty Cave. After the incident, the cave was permanently sealed, and John's body remained inside. With that context in mind, Scootski begins searching for the location where the cave once opened.
I'm not entirely sure where this cave is. I'm kind of just roaming around. But they tried their best to get him out, and he just wouldn't come out. So he died. They permanently sealed the cave. No one can get in, and he's just stuck in there. That's kind of a scary part. I'm alone here, going to the Nutty Putty Cave. I might need to pull out Google Maps because I have no clue where I am. And I feel sorry for the guy. Like, I'm not making fun of him. I'm paying my respects. And I brought you guys along to see this journey. I'm kind of eyeballing it, but it might be up this mountain. Yeah, we can go check this mountain right here. Ooh. What the hell is this? It's a rock. Come on, baby. Oh my god, I just heard a gunshot. They're definitely shooting out here. Hopefully not at me. Dude, I hope it's not at me. I also gotta be careful of rattlesnakes, because they like to lurk. Wait, so I'm right here. I think I do go all the way up there. So this is gonna be a long...
The area is quiet and remote. At one point, he hears gunshots echoing from somewhere across the hills. The sound unsettles him.
I don't think I can even get it up this, bro. Holy sh... How do they expect me to do that? Find me a route. I just gotta keep moving. Is this it? Is this the cave? Because I heard they sealed it with concrete. I don't think it is. So I either took a... Oh, I think that's it right there. I think that's it right there. I think I see it. Oh, I just heard a gunshot. Who is shooting, bro? Who's out here at... But there's a guy shooting over here. I can hear the gunshots. And I'm heading over there. So let's just hope I don't get a bullet in my head. But I took a long turn. A really bad turn. Because that's not even the Nutty Putty Cave. I don't like how there's someone shooting a gun right next to me. That's scary, bro.
The location feels isolated, and he reminds viewers that he is completely alone in the area. Locating the cave is not easy. Many openings in the rocky ground appear similar from a distance. Several times he stops to inspect holes and cracks in the rock, only to realize they are not the right place. To stay on course, he repeatedly checks Google Maps on his phone.
Is it really this hard to find a cave, bro? Oh, here's a berm. There's tracks right here. This is a good sign. Oh, there's a person right here. Excuse me. Do you know where the Nutty Putty Cave is? I mean, I looked on Google Maps. It said it's like right here somewhere. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the help. Okay, we're gonna have to bust out YouTube or something.
While moving through the stone-covered hills, Skutski suddenly notices someone nearby. For a moment, he is unsure who the person is or what they are doing there. The individual turns out to be a man driving a small remote control car across the rocks. It is the only person Skutski encounters during the entire trip. After continuing across steep and uneven terrain, he eventually reaches the top of a rocky ridge. The search becomes more difficult because there are no signs or markers indicating the cave's location.
Oh my god, it's right here. I'm so blind. Dude, it's right here. John Edward Jones. Holy crap, it's right here. Just in the middle of nowhere. Dude, they got memorials. There it is. That's how they sealed it off right there. So this is the sealed part of the cave. Dude, what does that say right there? This is sick. Should we go in? Let's go in. On November 25th, 2009, our beloved John passed away on this site. He was a loving father, a kind husband, a loyal son, and true and cherished friend. Those who knew John best will remember his faith and his caring heart. As we journey here on Earth, we miss you and love you always. HMMS. 1983-2009. Is this money? Oh, I feel so bad for ruining that. I feel so bad. I'm sorry. I gotta pick this money up and put it back. It's like one of those, like, fountains, I guess. They put money here. We express our heartfelt appreciation to the brave and selfless rescuers who worked tirelessly to free John. Your heroism will never be forgotten. We invite all who visit John's final resting place to enjoy and respect this sacred space. The Jones family. Damn, I feel so bad for him. Like, that's the worst way to die.
Finally, he finds what he has been looking for. Between several large gray rocks sits a block of concrete sealing the former entrance of Nutty Putty Cave. Attached to the concrete is a memorial plaque dedicated to John Edward Jones. Skutski reads the inscription and pauses quietly for a moment. Around the plaque, visitors have left coins as a sign of respect. Standing there, he reflects on the unusual feeling of the place. The rocky landscape appears calm and open beneath the sky. Yet, beneath the sealed entrance lies the site where the tragic accident occurred years earlier. Many viewers later noted how the cave was sealed to prevent future accidents and protect rescue teams from further risk. Visiting places like this can remind people how important safety is when exploring caves and remote environments. On February 28, 2026, Todd Champion from the YouTube channel Campin' with Champion uploaded a video documenting an unusual night of stealth camping. His channel typically focuses on outdoor adventures, stealth camping challenges, and simple camping gear. That night, Todd planned to camp quietly without being noticed. But within a few hours, the night would take several unexpected turns.
Tonight, I'm gonna try and camp on top of this giant rock formation. From what I understand, this rock formation is called Mushroom Rock, that the county didn't just blow this thing up and move it, and they just built the road around it. If you watched my billboard video, you saw me use this grappling hook once before. I need to do it quick because the sun is already setting. Okay, that was no good.
The night begins at a large rock formation known as Mushroom Rock, located near a quiet road intersection. Todd's idea is simple. He plans to climb onto the top of the rock and camp there without being seen. To reach the top, he throws a grappling hook toward the edge of the rock. The hook slips multiple times and fails to catch properly. Todd keeps trying, but the climb turns out to be more difficult than expected.
See if we can get the snag on something. Nope. I know this probably isn't possible, but I'm just gonna try and climb up the side of it. This bag is heavy too. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's no way I can do it with this bag on. Oh, a car's coming. Take my bag off and hide it real fast. There's a car coming by there.
While he is still working with the hook, a car suddenly passes through the intersection. Todd quickly gathers his gear and hides his backpack in nearby bushes, so the driver will not notice him preparing to camp. Soon after, another unexpected problem appears. With the ranger's intervention, he is not allowed to climb onto the rock. Todd is told to leave the area. His first attempt at stealth camping ends before it even begins. Todd drives away and looks for another location.
This is pretty weird being just on the side of the interstate like this. Headed off into the woods. It is cold out here. It's in the 20s tonight. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty creepy. What is that? What is that? I thought that was a giant turd for a second. I thought there was a Sasquatch out here.
Later, he pulls his car over along Interstate 59 near the direction of Chattanooga. The highway runs beside a dense forest. Todd parks on the roadside and quickly carries his gear into the trees to find a hidden place to stay. As he walks deeper into the forest, the surroundings become darker and quieter. The ground is covered with branches and scattered debris. Before Todd can decide what to do next, another encounter occurs.
Y'all, a cop just pulled up to my car. I don't know what to do. Should I go over there and tell him what I'm doing? My goodness. I think I'm just gonna go tell him what I'm doing. I have to leave, guys. Oh, okay. The officer wasn't upset or anything. He just, basically said, nah, you can't camp here, you gotta go, so.
After a short exchange, the officer tells him he cannot stay there and must leave immediately. It is now the second time that night he has been asked to move. Still hoping to complete the challenge, Todd checks Google Maps and drives about 20 miles to a quiet lakeside location.
The wind is blowing so hard, and it's coming right off the water too, which makes it even colder. I've got this ridge line up. I'm gonna try and put it over it. It's like a parachute catching the wind right now. And the wind has actually died down a little too. I feel like a tarp should not be this hard to set up. I'm gonna have to fix that. No! Okay, I've got it on there enough. I think I can unstake it. Oh my gosh. I think I can stake the ends down now. I bought a bunch of these things. Oh my gosh, what happened back here? God, no. It has been such a struggle. Oh. Well, This tarp, it's not happening.
When he arrives, strong wind is blowing across the water, and the temperature has dropped below freezing. Todd tries to set up a tarp shelter to block the wind, but each time he secures it, the wind lifts the tarp and pulls it loose.
I give up, y'all. It is so windy. It has to be like 30 miles per hour right now. I don't think the tarp's gonna go anywhere because I have it tied to the trees pretty hard unless it just completely rips all of these off. But I can't sleep in there. It is freezing. The wind is killing me. I am going to retreat.
The wind reaches nearly 30 miles per hour, and the cold begins to numb his hands. Tying knots becomes difficult. After several attempts, Todd finally decides it is not safe to stay there. He packs up his equipment, ends the stealth camping attempt, and drives to a nearby Waffle House to warm up and eat a late meal. After being stopped twice and forced to move again by the wind, some viewers wondered if that night simply wasn't meant for camping. If you were in Todd's position, would you keep searching for another spot or end the trip there? Neo Bailey's channel focuses on wild outdoor camping, and on August 30th, 2021, he was doing what he normally does. The night began quietly, with him zipped inside his tent and settling in. Everything felt calm at first. Then sudden noises outside changed the mood and sent a chill through him. The sounds were wild coyotes howling nearby. He grabbed his flashlight but stayed inside, listening as they circled his tent. After a while, the howls faded and the coyotes moved away. Still, the tension remained. With nowhere else to go, he stayed silent and completely still. If you heard coyotes circling your tent, would you stay calm or panic? This video comes from Exploring with Brad, a Canadian YouTube channel focused on abandoned buildings, forgotten properties, and historic locations. It is December 19th, 2025, at Fort Willow near Barrie, Canada. Brad arrives after dark, carefully making his way through snow-covered woodland surrounding the fort. Using previously referenced material for guidance, he moves quietly, keeping his flashlight low to avoid drawing attention. The forest feels unusually silent. Faint voices seem to echo from deeper within the trees. He pauses often, scanning for movement. At times, distant flickers of light appear between the trunks, suggesting activity beyond wildlife.
Okay, ready?
This is what we're dealing with.
Like, look at this fresh snow?
Yeah. Look at his foot. Boom.
Well, that was 2 days of snow.
Oh, fudge. How do we get...
Great.
Can we cut through here?
I don't know, dude.
So we just trace our steps back?
Yeah, I guess we go back.
As he continues forward, the flickering light becomes clearer through the trees. Organized voices can now be heard, controlled, deliberate, and clearly human. The pattern of movement confirms that others are present in the area. Brad keeps recording while maintaining distance, realizing this is no longer a simple, abandoned site exploration.
The devil is real.
Yes, we know that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Shouts carry in his direction, followed by movement and the crunch of footsteps in the snow. The possibility that he has been noticed becomes real. At that point, he abandons any plan of continuing the investigation.
I saw it move. It was like it was dancing.
You are a gift.
It knows about you. It knows what you got.
What is that, dude?
I don't know.
It was just standing up there.
Oh, you're seeing stuff. This way.
It's like a very pale...
Like, did it look like a cryptid to you?
He makes a steady but urgent retreat through the icy woodland. Snow and uneven ground make each step difficult. yet he prioritizes distance and concealment. Keeping his light low, he moves quickly, putting space between himself and the activity near the fort. What began as a quiet historical night exploration escalated into a real safety concern. If you had heard those sounds in the snow, would you have kept exploring or walked away like he did? This footage comes from Man Dog Wild, a UK-based channel focused on wild camping survival and wilderness exploration, alongside his loyal dog companions. On January 13, 2025, he and the dogs move through dense brush and steep terrain in remote mountainous woodland in the United Kingdom.
What do you reckon, DC? She's looking at something. What is it? Currently, obviously, right now. Good girl. Good girl. It's okay.
Yeti pushes ahead confidently, while DC shows more hesitation. The forest feels unusually quiet. There are no birds calling and no clear signs of wildlife. Thorny branches and crown of thorns plants catch on boots and clothing, slowing their movement. The dog's shifting behavior alert pauses, and subtle hesitation creates an early sense of unease before anything visible happens.
I don't know because it's just super quiet if you listen. No birds, no bird song, no bird singing. That could be the reason. You know what they say about, oh, DC. Yeah, this way, okay, DC?
Thick vegetation blocks their path, forcing them to stop and reconsider their route. For a moment, they are effectively stuck, scanning for another way through. The dog's uneasy posture increases the tension. Uneven ground and low visibility add both physical and mental strain.
Pine needles. Good job, DC, good job. There's like something, you know, could live in there. It's probably a good little shelter.
Steep, overgrown slopes cause them to backtrack several times. Movement becomes slow and controlled to avoid injury. Each direction leads deeper into heavy brush rather than open space, and the longer they remain inside, the heavier the atmosphere feels. As daylight begins to fade, the focus shifts from exploring to getting out. The dogs remain alert and tense. With careful steps and steady movement, they make their way out of the woodland. The oppressive stillness gradually fades as they leave the densest area behind. No animal is seen, and no clear threat appears. Yet the combination of dense terrain, unusual silence, and the dog's continued unease creates a deeply tense experience. If you had noticed your dogs acting that way in total silence, would you have kept going or turned back sooner? This footage is from the Midnight Project, a channel known for creating tension by combining historical context with active investigations using night vision motion-activated tools and live reactions to capture unfolding events. On February 11th, 2026 at Jacob's Well in Texas, United States.
Oh, that white figure. With the camera. We saw this white figure that was chasing us.
Hey, Jax. Oh. Did you hear that?
A faint white figure briefly shows up behind the investigators. It moves fast and is only visible for a moment. The team responds instantly, shaken by the unexpected visual disturbance.
Guys, we just heard something right as we turned the camera off. Wait, shine the flag.
Put this video on me. I don't think you'll be able to capture it.
As we were laughing, right, I heard in the background there was a loud woo noise in the background that was like laughing with us. Yes, right. Dude, as we finished talking,
it kind of sounded like a little cackle, like a little child.
A child? Yes. Dude, the child was the one that was the last one that didn't survive.
Oh, yeah.
As the night continues, a more defined white shape appears to move beside one of the team members. At nearly the same time, one of the cat balls is triggered. The mix of visual movement and device activation intensifies the moment. At one stage, other individuals enter the location, interrupting the isolation of the site.
Oh, I just rolled my ankle. Dude, where are we going?
I think it's this way.
Stop running.
Okay, guys, so we had to leave because there was a bunch of people who were coming in. We thought somebody was going to catch us, so that's wraps for today. We got pretty much a lot. I mean, that interaction was pretty crazy.
That was actually it blew my expectations. I didn't even expect to see anything really.
With both the environment and situation becoming uncertain, the team chooses to return to their vehicle. At times, quick shapes and activated equipment may have simple causes, but the timing can make them feel unusual. When several events occur together, they become more difficult to dismiss. If you had noticed that white figure moving behind you, would you have remained or left? In May 2019, YouTuber Cryptid Hunter and his companion, Michael Scott, entered a small cabin in Goldfield, Nevada, that had once belonged to a woman named Jewel, one of the most recognized prostitutes in the town's red light district, who passed away without any family to claim her body. The cabin is known for one unsettling detail: the door is said to lock on its own from the inside after someone leaves, even when no one is left inside. While inside, both investigators reported hearing footsteps moving around them. When Cryptid Hunter stepped outside to check, however, there was no one present.
Because I keep hearing something and I don't know what it is. Like I just keep hearing almost like footsteps or like it's almost like a tapping. Is there anybody else around here walking around outside or no?
No, we're the only people out here right now. That's a police siren, but besides the police siren, what we're kind of hearing is like footsteps.
Yeah, like somebody walking.
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it definitely sounds like footsteps.
Yeah.
A previous visitor had shared a similar account. The husband stepped out to use the restroom and returned shortly after to find the door locked from the inside, even though his wife had remained asleep and undisturbed.
So you guys let me know in the comments if those flagpoles sound like footsteps to you. So I'll stay quiet for a second and let me know. Alright, so to me guys, at least to me, it does not sound like those flags are making the same sounds as shuffling of feet or footsteps. Because when we're in there, it sounds like literally footsteps are walking around us. But as you can see, nobody else is out here. The only people that are inside is Michael and myself. Michael's in there by himself right now. There was a couple that was staying in this room. And the husband got up to use the restroom. His wife stayed asleep. She did not wake up. He came back a little while after he was done, and the front door was locked. His wife says she didn't do it. So could it be Jewel or could it be one of her customers?
Just waiting for her next customer.
What's up, Jewel?
When you're sitting in here in the dark by yourself,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's weird. You get a weird feeling. I didn't hear anything though. I didn't see anything, but almost just like that feeling of being watched.
Yeah.
After going outside, Cryptid Hunter looked at nearby flagpoles, but pointed out that the sounds they produced in the wind did not match the clear, shuffling footsteps heard from within the cabin. At that moment, only Cryptid Hunter and Michael were there. Michael stayed inside, continuing a paranormal session. Stories had circulated about unusual activity in the room, suggesting that something unseen might still be present. Michael later described a strong feeling of being watched, though he could not tell from where. Cryptid Hunter noted that the atmosphere inside felt different, subtle, but clearly charged. He then used dowsing rods in an attempt to communicate, while the shuffling noises outside continued intermittently.
I'm going to use my dowsing rods and see if she'll come out and talk to us. The shuffling of the feet outside is pretty strong. Jewel, if you're in here, you can talk to me with these rods that I'm holding. If you're in here with me, can you cross the rods for me, please? Where are you standing, Jewel? Point the rods in the direction where you're standing, both of them. I don't know if it's me moving the rods. My hands are moving a little bit. Like Michael said, the energy in here when you're by yourself completely changes.
During a spirit box session, a distinct voice was recorded, followed by another word that sounded like plenty. More questions were asked about Jewel, her former clients, and whether another presence occupied the space.
Jewel, can you say the name of one of your customers or your own name for me, please?
Can you say your name really clear for us? Really clear and really loud. To me, it kind of sounded like you're in my room or in my room. Hello.
That was the guy's voice that said hello, right?
Yeah.
Hello. Are you speaking to Jewel? Is Jewel here with you, sir? Jewel, who's your gentleman that is in here with you? Give us his name, please.
It is possible the sounds have a simple explanation hidden within the structure of the building. Or perhaps something about that room refuses to stay silent. If you were standing inside and heard those footsteps with no one there, would you stay or walk away?
That's it for tonight. Which moment creeped you out the most? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story? Share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.